this murder can I make beauty stay if I take my life? Whoa! This is Amazing Spider-Man 215. And that was a song by some enormous sellouts. This is the third part of this Frightening 4 story. It is also the final part of this Frightening 4 story. I like the cover, but I do feel that this and the previous issue, they have covers that are too similar. They are like when an artist does a bunch of quick sketch ideas for a cover. It's like this and the last issue were from the same set of sketches. Spider-Man and Seaman, they have been defeated by the Frightening Four, who have joined forces with one of Seaman's enemies, Ursula. Some might say Ursula is Seaman's greatest nemesis. Me, I would say that. Here is that panel that you see out of context everywhere on the internet of Sandman fisting Spider-Man. Nice, awesome meme for the family, this one. Last issue, Wingless Man, the leader of the Frightening Four, he zapped the two heroes with a magic science gun, and you will not believe what it has done to them. It has given Seaman Spider-Man's spider sense, and it is driving him insane. At the same time, it has robbed Peter Parker of his spider sense. And I think that's it. I think that is all the gun did. I'm not quite sure how this works, as Ursula's master revenge against Seaman, given Seaman a headache for a few days that he can later definitely use to his advantage, the way Spider-Man learned how to. Here is Spider-Man treating his girlfriend Deborah like a toilet brush. I would love to say that the magic science gun made Peter Parker act like Seaman, but his entire love story with Deborah is marred with him treating her dismissively and acting like an obtuse knob. I didn't get why they put him into a relationship with Deborah when it seemed nobody actually wanted to write it. Nobody seemed to like Deborah. It does not ever reflect well on Spider-Man how poorly he treats Deborah. So let's talk about Ursula for a minute. While a lot of Seaman's other major enemies are warlords or soldiers who want to take his crown, Ursula's hatred and her plans against Seaman are a lot more personal. Her main motivation is born from Seaman spurning her advances. Her first story, as mentioned before, had her trick Seaman into a marriage. Not long after that, she was responsible for the death of his true love, which is considered to be Seaman's greatest loss and his biggest tragedy. She was then an accomplice to the death of Seaman's father. Then she killed another of Seaman's lovers in the form of Sea Woman. About 10 years after this Spider-Man story, she rapes Seaman, among others, as a means of creating a son who will be heir to SeaWorld and make herself a queen consort or whatever. If you look at other heroes and their arch enemies, Ursula rhymes with those a lot more than the ones people would name as Seaman's arch enemy. Ursula has a personal connection. She has sincerely hurt and destroyed Seaman's life. She is driven by a real hatred of him personally. The other ones would likely oppose anyone who was king of SeaWorld. That it is Seaman isn't that essential to their goals. Anyway, we are still in the portion of this three-part story where they haven't definitively said that Ursula and Peter Parker's sexy new neighbour are one and the same. So here is the first step towards that revelation. It is not stated anywhere in this story, but the notion has to be that Ursula knows Peter Parker is Spider-Man. She doesn't share it with her partners, but without allowing for that idea, her seduction and relationship with Peter Parker makes absolutely no sense at all and feels utterly irrelevant. She had to know, I'm guessing through her telepathy, but her telepathy, it is a power of hers that hasn't been displayed or quantified enough to justify her control over Spider-Man in this. I think it might be a misreading of her mental control over marine life, which we saw in her first appearance. Anyway, let's get to the fighting here. Good fighting. Seaman versus Trapster over here. Nice bit. And there is a guest appearance from the Fantastic Force. I mainly want to get to the sexy bit though. Spider-Man, now with his spider sense returned, he bumps into his sexy neighbour again, and his spider sense is finally warning him of the danger. Prior to this, before he lost his spider sense that is, he either attributed the warnings to something else, or she was using her mental control. This bit is really sexy though, because she makes Spider-Man totally helpless and reveals who she is while going mad with power over her effect on him. She is cackling away about how weak men are and how they are all playthings to her. And then Seaman ruins it by coming in and punching her in the face. That is why I have to give this issue my lowest rating ever, 7 thumbs up.